next time. Welcome to us. us. See you next time. Welcome to us.
We're the lights floating us, connecting with the soul. ばかりでつまらない世界中に闇ばかり広がっていく深刻な青空のように綺麗なものが見てみたいなもしもしそこの闇深き魔女何かそこの世間知らずの姫許せならない態度ねそっちこそ何様のつもり呼ばないならこの私に構わないでくださく悩みの一つでも聞いてあげようと思ったのに随分上から目線で物言うお姫様ですわね 世界人とは望みに望んだ雨が少し降ってるただそれだけの理由で外には出たくないから自宅待機してるいつからだろうそばにいたいと思ったんだもつれた心優しくほどくように差し出されたその手のぬくもりに触れ 界はこれ落ちるとしてもこの目また約束よ目覚めて私の内側から矢を放つように Looking back now 許さない君だけが泣く朝日が昇るように夕日がSummer time 機会はこれ重力に惹かれた妄想に惹かれた 機会は
Welcome
少女ずっと確かな自分のまま花は咲き誇れると信じた繋がっていたよ世界のどこかにそうまだ見ぬ星座を目指し駆け出したあの日命儚い恋せよ少女よ今情熱的な衝動が開くたった一つ扉予感してるあなたの存在をもう何一つ言わなくていいあ心そっと触れた手に手を重ねる熱量の高まり魔法に変わる目で誰か今目で叫ぶこれそう冒険の地図を見つけた積み上げた歴史が無に帰ろうとしてるもう誰に何を託そうとも先には何も残らない全ての最後を見とる世代に生まれた残された希望はわずか泣いて泣いて泣き尽くしたなら世界も続く限り追い求め続けよう今僕らがここにあるわけを受け継がれてきたあまたの灯火をここで絶やすことはできない古の水面に落ちた波紋が今日まで育み続けてきた知性
back and forth because it's 3-0 straight up in favor of G2 at the moment. Now we have our maps on the screen. Now we've got that ban as you asked for. In actual fact, from Evil Geniuses, Aoki, you got your Villa ban. And G2 going with the Oregon ban means we will see Consulate as our second map. Maybe it is that surprise, as you said. Bank will be our first one. Third will be Border. And if we go that far, Coastline and Clubhouse, fourth and fifth.
So yeah, no curveballs here. These were the maps that I thought both teams would ban in the beginning.
Yeah.
So the Oregon, the best map from EG, taken out by G2, and the Villa is the map that EG doesn't play at all. So they pretty much have to ban it.
I mean, the only so-called curveball here would be Consulate, that they haven't played it up until now, right? And then picks it against them. Banning Oregon is probably just going with the safe pick and then playing the one map that there is not a lot of info on them on.
All right, well, time for that spot moment. Wookie, prediction.
Very, very well.
Oh, exactly. Set up by G2.
Should be pretty interesting between these guys. If you remember correctly, one of the big factors that worked against EG last time these guys met at Invitational was that Monty was something that was being pulled out by both Pengu and Fabian, and was definitely a big factor. So I like that they're trying to turn the tables here and see if they can pressure them out. Either way, though, both teams know this very well. You see that mirror all the way at the end of the hallway there. That's an interesting. So we were talking yesterday about reinforcing it this time to be able to actually watch out as well. That could work against the Blackbeard if he's going to be trying to peek that.
Now, Kenta Raketti holding this angle.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's no Blackbeard.
He potentially can get a snipe on somebody up from the garage, or even coming in from the main entrance to the bank. Canadian, in the meantime, on the Zofia up on the roof. Just takes down all the glass. He wants to get some information on how the setup is. Maybe there's somebody inside of the elevators at the same time. And EG need to make sure they have tabs on all of that before they can start working their way into the site. Now, with this setup, G2 are not bringing any impact grenades except for the castle, which is more than enough. So we might just see Pengu on the site using the impact grenades to trick against the Thermite. And that is the mindset as well behind EG's ban on Habana. We've seen the impact grenade trick working very, very well.
Yeah, definitely going to counter the way the Necrox might have to play that. But we've also seen how effective Canadian is on that Sophia yesterday, just destroying Rogue many rounds with it on this map. So definitely something they're going to have to watch out for in the defense. Maybe see if they can even target Canadian early, knowing kind of how he plays it, a little bit of an entry frag role.
Now, because of the fact that these impacts are available for the castle, you need to make sure you can pinch in from the opposite angle. And G2 understand that. That's why they have that mirror window that is set up in the back for the dock of Kenta Raketti to play off of. In the meantime, the shield has come forth, and you see the first exothermic charge being used and opens up the wall. No problems at all for EG in this first phase, and the checklist has just been eliminated.
Interesting they didn't try and counter it, as Pengu is playing in there. He could have gone for it, but it could also be that they want to bait them into it and use that to their own advantage. But Junis, the first one to do so, and that's a target kill right on the Canadian.
Yeah, very first kill here of our grand final, but NVK refragging, taking down the ACOG here of the dock. Kenta Raketti, Pengu with one, but Necrox with the refrag as he opens up the second wall. It's exactly what EG are looking for. More angles for them to be able to play off of. And Goga here, the barbed wire, unfortunately slowing him down as well. Fabian with the spray in the back. Necrox and NVK are low on health, but they're still alive. It's a 3v3 between the two, and Young stands in the way of the defense. They're trying to bait him into Janitor, as Plant is available here potentially for EG. Fabian rotated into Exec Lounge, and there you go. Necrox going for the diffuser plant. Should be down here in a second, forcing G2 to go for a retake. The Monty spotted, but Goga has to come in for it. NVK with one on a Fabian. Take care of the Monty. He just pulls back. They're using him perfectly here. But UNS will get the kill on Necrox. Two more left alive. Shield and NVK both are low on health, but there's no information on that position. NVK in the meantime comes around, and Goga will get sniped in. UNS has to play against him, and NVK again! Another kill to end the round, and EG take the first round lead.
I gotta say, that Monty boxing them into that janitor closet absolutely worked. It was a situation where he didn't even die, managed to stick around till the very end, and what a play to start things off by EG. However, we have seen EG go for some very strong leads against G2 in the past, and that not be enough. So they're gonna have to continue this momentum for quite some time to keep this up, but so far a good start. It was unfortunate Canadian was the first to go, but the rest of his team had a solid plan. They were not even countered in opening the wall, and well played by Necrox getting that going. Really made a difference.
Yeah, the instant EG realized that there's nobody on the site and that the rest of the remaining players from G2 were just holding angles, they came in and they got the plant down, all due to the fact that the Thermite was not fought when the opportunity was given, really. And Young this time again on the Monty. No switching around to the Blackbeard.
There we
An
go.
operator he's fairly familiar with.
We saw how effective he was with it, attacking this particular site yesterday as well. He was pretty deadly, firing into that CCTV room, as well as all the way into the red hallway. Imagine they're going to take advantage of that along with the Capitao this time to really be able to lock down on that attack to pressure them. But, as you pointed out, Mira is unbanned, or not banned rather, so Goga going to be able to at least hold that red hallway potentially a little more effectively.
And look at the big part, Caveira being played by Yunus. Now, we've seen this operator in the past played by Latin America even before they were in the Pro League circuit. And I've seen it played a couple of times on an olden map, on Cafe Dostoyevsky by Vertical from Mouse Sports. That was a long time ago. Otherwise, we've seen her played once as well in this tournament on this very same site defense and on this map. So Jonas playing with the Spas 15, making a lot of sense since the Legion does quite a bit of damage up close to down your opponents. Bulletproof camera being brought as well that can see through smokes. Downside is you cannot move the line of sight of the camera. And Canadian, there we go. He gets the spot on the Cav. And he escapes with the drone. He sprays onto the side trying to find the angle on Jonas, but Jonas is already scurried away.
He has been effective in the past here at taking this particular site and doing a good job pushing them off here, but they are still wanting to contest him a little bit. No, it looks like they actually dropped. However, we are going to see whether or not Necrox decides what hatch to use his other exothermic charge on, as of course he's going to save one for the CCTV server wall, I would imagine, especially considering they have the Blackbeard. Although that could mean he goes for opening both walls to give Blackbeard better line of sight.
All right, Necrox keeping his drone alive, as we talked about it multiple times. The drone economy definitely hurts at the end of the round when you don't have enough intel on your opponents and no one on your team has a drone. You have to go in blind, not a position you want to put yourself in. And this is why you bring the Cav with the Spas 15, similar to why you bring the Ela, which are both in play here. One holds the stairs and the service stairs, and the other one will hold on to the main stairs, going all the way down as NVK will try to contest. The Gzmot mine is spotted and taken down, using that as bait of G2.
Well, that is one thermite charge used now on the hatch inside the admin office, so we know where the other one's most likely going to go unless they have another plan. No, surprisingly, going to use it both on hatches. Instead, they're just going to push through the doorway. That is a risky play with obviously a smoke as well as at least 2 C4s, maybe even some impact nades, so you're going to have a bit to fight against here.
Yeah, but since G2 know that there's no Echo or Maestro available, they don't really have to deal with too much, and knowing as well that there's no Pulse. There's a couple C4s available, which can be baited out, but can also rush the operators themselves once you're pinching in around the site. It all hinges on Kanta, Raketti, and Jonas being able to slow down their opponents before they get too deep on the site, and for EG using Young to hold the angles. This Canadian here drones him in. I'll try to use his mines here to chuck them into the site. This bush should be starting up very soon. There you go. First smoke canister will get used. Necrox coming in. Be planting in the back. In the meantime, Jonas goes in for the spray, and MVK will go down. That's Goga being lost by Young, holding the angle. Extra gas canister shot in the back as Jonas again, the second kill. One more up top. He finds him. Bengu gets the kill on Necrox. Interrogation! What going happening? Cough him up, Jonas. There you go. All are spotted at BC. And then Claymore kill on Fabian. We've seen it all. And it's literally round number 2 in the grand final. Young in, the Fuser spotted, and will get taken down. G2, what a beautiful retake from the EU team.
Cool. What a play by him. Getting away with 2 Spas 2 kills, a pistol down, and the interrogate. That is definitely going to hurt.
You thought this was a show match?
Yeah.
Nah, this is it. This is for all the marbles. And by God, both teams are giving it all.
Definitely some marbles on Eunice there. Boy, well, open area surprisingly going to be the third, not going to go with Tellers. So, again, a brave, bold move. We did see it work yesterday at least once, and it's been interesting as a defensive site slowly developing into more of an interesting one, although sometimes it depends on a bit more aggressive plays outside of it. And Kanto going to be the one to do that on Vigil, surprisingly not on Doc or any other ACOG operators, but still going to be very effective on Vigil, I can imagine, as he is a very good roamer and good at playing against some different angles. And this should be an interesting defensive setup as well. They're not going to go with Castle. So it's going to be a bit more, maybe some wood barricades, but also a lot of playing around the site, playing smart angles. Young, again, Gonna sneak in with 6-pick and going back to the Montaigne.
Now here, because the Habana's not available, you got to be careful with where you use your exothermic charges. Usually it's the one hatch upstairs by trading office, and then the second one on the wall to lead into the kitchen. That's your usual position when you're setting up your thermites here. Now BC is going to be an important part as well to use the hatches to his side, using it to block out any mirror windows that are set up and send his firebolts raining down into his opponents. Fabian setting up here his mirror window, and will he actually go for the half and half? He'll try to go for it, and I believe it did connect. It should be a 50-50, and no, it's just a standard one, so there you go. He'll forgo the 50-50 crouch mirror window, which is a possibility, and he'll use it to lock things into the open area office where Archives, probably Kenta Raketti here, setting up on the Vigil. There's potential play from G2 with the roam they need to make sure EG don't get too comfortable with the all-out frontal assault, because that Montaigne is going to be so difficult to deal with.
Well, the important thing is NVK here on Thatcher means they can open that wall, because there's not going to be any bandit tricking. We're going to see from Eunice as he puts down those 4 batteries, and then he's going to play more of a roam role. He's probably going to be running those iron sights again, I imagine, as well. He's been very effective on it, so he's not there. He's not going to be playing on sight. So all they've got to do is Thatcher that wall, open it up, and then Monty can walk in and create a lot of pressure. But Archives flank is going to be a big deal. They need to get Cantu and Pengu out of the Archives and Tellers area, or it's just they're not going to be able to do any walking in. Monty will get flanked, Thermite will get flanked. Going to be a problem, so they're going to have to do a lot of clear of the roam to even pressure the site, and that is what G2 is counting on.
In the meantime, EG continuing their drone play, scouting things out. They will spot the bandit holding the stairs. There you go, that is all they need. MVK trying to set up an angle here to contest Jonas. Jonas knowing what's going on and will fall back. Very smart from Jonas, not overexposing himself, but EG, what they're looking for is at least forcing G2 to get on the site. Once everybody there, an execution from the attacking side is much easier to pull off. And spot a camera on the side. Pengu's first cam will get taken down. NVK drop very low here on health, as Jonas will fall back down to the basement.
A good read by Eunice, knowing that once that camera went down, he was going to peek that. And there, speaking of peaks, unfortunately the timing not there for Kanto. Now he's going to start to get heavily pressured.
Oh, Canadian trying to go for the kill here in the back as Pengu is still alive. Kenta Raketti with one onto BC, and there we go. Can he get it? Yes, he can. That's Canadian on a Pengu. Kanto trying to deal with the shield of the Montagne. This comes into the side. NVK with support from the back. Kenta Raketti will go down. Sloppy here for G2. But they're trying to push away EG. We told you guys about how difficult the Monty can be. There you go. You've got the perfect example of it. Trying to deal as well with the hatch having been opened by the Thermite. Fabian coming in with the Nitro Cell, checking it all the way to the back as there's nobody on call. Monty in the meantime in the Archives.
Well, it's definitely going to be back to defending the site here as Eunice is going to come back, but start to go for a little bit of a flank to make it work in the first place. But Necrex is low on health, so he can't even go to try and open those walls if he wanted to. He has the one extra thermic charge, but might end up just using it for hatches at this point. They, of course, have been able to open the window from this angle, so a lot of angle pressure, but a lot of low health attackers as well. Means they're going to have to play time smart here.
Now, because Jonas is still alive, EG cannot push to the site. Canadian will get one, but Jonas will refrag on NVK, giving the advantage here for G2 as Jonas gets the last one, the flank in the back. Our finished player from Gamers 2 will win things out. It's EG in the round 2 of the Monty.
That Monty seems to be unstoppable. We have yet to see him die. He's played it 2 rounds and lived through all of it. So Young, of course, the OG Shield player, has not dropped a single bit of skill playing on it. It has been very fantastic to see. However, I got to imagine G2 are going to make some adjustments for that to be less of a problem in the future. But this, of course, the adjustment going to CEO this time.
I love the fact that they used the crossbow bolt from the Capitao at the same time to force Kenta Raketti on the Vigil inside the Teller's office, and then the shield on the opposite end to bait him in, keep him inside for them to secure the kill. EG, fantastic team play and timing from them in this round to clear out the roamers. Well, it was a bit complicated to deal with Jonas, but it worked out. At the end, the shield is still working so well on the attacking side.
Absolutely. It's keeping them 100% focused, either trapped in a room or focused on trying to get that kill. They need something else to be able to take him out, and he seems to be just playing it perfectly, or like you said, around the team coordination. So they're getting those kills. You saw MBK get that nice shot in the back last time as well. So we'll see if they can pull it off this time without the Monty, as they're going to go forward and attack on the first bomb site that they attacked successfully, but that was with the Monty. This time Young going to try the Blackbeard again. So we'll see if they're going to let them open it up as easily as well. We didn't see Pengu really try and do much to stop it last time. Instead wanted to fight it, and that didn't really go in his favor. So we might see him set up for that. But the fact that none of the top has been opened so far on those makes me think he is not terribly interested in it just yet.
Pengu will clamp down on the first, and actually all 3 of his armor panels are going to get used onto the entryway. So G2 want to make sure they do not get flanked at all. And that's going to be pretty interesting. And they even set up a camera here in the back.
They've been doing this a lot. This has become a thing that we've seen a lot, at least multiple teams doing here, is setting up that bulletproof camera, get a lot of nice view of the lobby, see if it pays off in terms of making sure that they're able to guard that flank. But they're going to, of course, take stock, just like last time, and take control of this square skylight lobby to be able to open up the wall by Necrox. Shouldn't be very difficult to do. And again, they don't have a bandit or a mute to stop the wall from being opened outside of Pengu throwing impact nades. So it is all on Necrox to time things well. They also, of course, have NVK to clear out any gadgets that would be there. But in this case, should be much easier for him to be able to focus elsewhere. It looks like they do have the top open this time, though. So they might actually be going to stop it. One can hope. But Pengu's actually in janitor closet at the moment.
Yeah, he has a rotation hole in the back as Necrox is waiting. He has no drone information just yet. And they're looking to possibly pounce on Necrox. There's still the default camera alive in the skylight. I'm not sure why it's not been killed, but still BC finding the first kill on Jonas. Valkyrie being eliminated, and no extra bit of C4 available here. The second one for Young, finding Goga, taking him out. Peak of the Esper 25. Big advantage here for EG, is only BC on the squad has taken damage.
Well, it is important that he managed to live for a while, but I think once Young starts to get in a good pressure position here, we might see even more of these defenders fall. However, his shield take it down. That's going to be a big problem for him to rotate back.
Young somehow still alive on the Blackbeard, but only 1 bullet will be more than enough. Kanto Raketti moving up close and doesn't go for the spray, just spots the side of Young and will take him out. Schmote mines being chucked into the janitor area as Necrox has already opened up the side wall. NVK with 1 more to turn it into a 4v2, but Necrox will fall to Pengu on the peak. Kanto Raketti with another one on NVK. The castle barricades working so well here for Gamers 2. They tie it 2-2. In terms of players, can they get the round to tie it in total? On the scoreboard, BC has taken a considerable amount of damage again early on in the round, and the diffuser is dropped outside. They can pick it up. There's not much time left on the clock as G2 are just falling back. They're waiting for information. And Kanto Raketti finds the head. BC take it out. All up to Big Bad Canadian. Can he huff and puff against G2? Try to find the angle on Pengu, but Pengu just escapes. They're playing the mind games. Try to keep the advantage in their hands. Barbed wire will get taken down. 12 seconds left on the clock. He moves in. He got the spot on Pengu. Takes him out. 1v1 against Kanto Raketti. With 5 seconds on the clock, Kanto realizes he's got full advantage. And will have to go for the plant. Canadian, no time left. He gets the spray on the side and can't find the kill. G2 take round number 4 to tie it. 2-2.
I love that it was the battle of the MVPs from yesterday. Unfortunately for them, it was 2 against 1 in the end. And fantastic play by Kanto, especially give him an ACOG. That man is such a beast. It is just those long angles of CEO just work out so well when you open them up right for a player like Kanto. So it's so hard to fight. Lockers again, though, they're going to try this one last time for their 5th defensive round here from G2. See if they can defend it a little bit better this time.
Yeah, one point is that G2's Kanto Raketti, up to yesterday, at the end of the day, has had a 4.2 kill-death ratio with 5 opening kill rounds and 1.24 kills per round. This is an impressive player by all means necessary, and not just because of the frags, but the fact that he realizes time is on his side. And again, remind you, if you didn't know just yet, time is your biggest asset. It is one of the most important resources, if not the most important resource, for the attackers. Defense as well has to keep track of it, just in case.
Eunice right there at the top of the board, 7 kills for his team. He's not going to be going with the Cav this time, but he's going to be bringing the Vigil, so he's still going to be playing that sneaky little roam. It definitely made a huge difference last time. Got to imagine that EG maybe not going to fall for that flank the same way, but he seems to be on top of his movement and positioning, so it's going to be very hard to counter.
All right, Pengu this time here on the Valkyrie, as it was Jonas in the previous round. We'll see a much more standard defense in the basement. One out in time by G2. Remind you, this is the round where Caveira was pulled out to help with Kenta Raketi's Ella Rome. And this time Jonas running the bulletproof camera on the Vigil. So no access to impact grenades to help with the rotation. Is the Vigil just going to be playing by the stairs, possibly? I wonder here where he's going to set up the last camera. Now, because Echo is banned, you can't really have him hold on to the garage all the time. There you go, bulletproof camera will be set on the site. This is usually a position we'll see attackers opening up the hatch and then immediately opening fire on anything that might be hidden around the TVs. And this time, that camera should be very easy to spot for EG.
I do kind of wonder if Eunice might have accidentally left that bulletproof camera setting on and meant to go with the vac grenades because he's playing such a roam role. I also think maybe EG might want to consider a Jackal because of how much of a problem Eunice has been with his ability to move around. I mean, they are able to drone him occasionally, but they can't win those pre-fires either.
The thing is that it's not, there we go. Jonas will get the first one on NVK. Thatcher eliminated. And the problem is, it's not being able to track where Jonas is. It's because they know where he is in the basement, always moving around. But being able to find the time to take him out, he is literally the elusive man. They cannot get a constant beat on him to finally take him out. And time again, he's come back to haunt them in the end of the round where time management is so precious.
Well, he's definitely made that stairwell his domain round after round. And if they cannot get him out of there, they're not going to have really any solid map control. They have used one of those exothermic charges, may go for the square skylight lobby hatch yet again over the servers instead of trying to get the wall, but that didn't really work out too great for them last time. So that is a, oh wow, Young.
Finding the shot by the sewers. Pengu will go down to the SR-25. Advantage for G2 still. It's Young slow on health. Meantime, EG will come in. And using Necrox on the Thermite will open up the sidewall. That is no more exothermic charge. No hard destruction available. G2 just set in the back behind their mirror windows that they can still use. Now, no pulse is played in here, so they can't just keep tabs on how things are being played by EG on the push. Kenta Raketi still firing in. He actually downs Young in the back. As a grenade gets thrown in tandem with the Zofia. And BC to take out Kenta Raketi as Young will get picked up to 50% health.
Still a C4 left though, and plenty of good play here to come out from these, but there goes the plan.
And Necrox going in for the plan as the top is being watched, but the gas canisters are slowing him down. There's 30 seconds on the clock, which is perfect for EG. They've got the advantage in this one. Goga worrying about a potential play from the hatch. Very possible here. C4 just being ripped open to force players back as Young will get one on units. It's time for EG to come in. C4 being played and can't get the kill though. BC will get shot down. The Diffuser's been dropped as EG will attempt the plant, but Goga comes in. He finds the back, he takes him down. Fabian with one, and Goga with the double! What? The ITA played perfectly, the shield is on the floor, and all he needed is to go for the finisher. Because they know the Blackbeard was low on health, what better than a shotgun to deal with a Blackbeard shield? How many times have we mentioned it?
Yeah. This is just, that Blackbeard shield is phenomenal, and which is why so many teams do consider banning it. Of course, you've got Glaz and Lion to deal with as well. So because of that, I think if they had 3 bans, we'd see Blackbeard banned a bit more often. Rogue seem to be the ones who dislike it the most, but it is very, very effective. And now G2 still a point up, but the round switches, and we will see now if EG can defend and maybe get some of those points back. Because I feel like both these teams have very solid defenses overall and tend to win a lot more of their defensive rounds on map than others. But it varies map to map, and of course we will potentially have 5 maps, as well as potentially infinite overtime, and I feel like we might even get a taste of that infinite overtime on this first map already.
3 rounds being taken on the defense by G2. Nothing really out of the ordinary, but the way that they have been won is that you cannot count G2 out. They'll start off with a great opener from Jonas, and after that, you lose a player or 2, but because they're still set on the site, they're always able to find a way to claw things back. It's the communication, giving information back to the players. Then you saw there at the end, Mira is being played by Gogach, moving up and dealing with the Thermite and with the Blackbeard on their own, knowing that Young has his sights trailed on the hallway.
Well, let's see this time if Fabian could do an excellent time on that glass. He has been pretty good on it lately. Not necessarily finding a ton of kills, but always putting a ton of pressure on the team is the big thing. And then Kanto is going to pick up that Jackal, a very well-known operator for this map. And that might actually work against Canadian, who's going to be playing that Pulse. Probably not going to be playing much of a roam, but you will know where he is playing at. And of course, catch him there, assuming he has left some footprints around, which I imagine he has.
Now, the thing is, the Mira had set things up in a different way compared to what we saw G2 playing here. EG playing it directly in the red hallway, which is a standard way of doing it, and also play it all the way in the back, using the momentum-based throws, basically for C4, for gas canisters from the smoke, to chuck those bits of equipment all the way to the front doorway, looking into the CCTV area. Kanto Raketti looking for a scan, and there you go, using that 8-meter range. Will spot the Mira, and not gonna be too effective for G2 early on. Jonas gets off the angle the instant. See the movement from EG.
Well, we'll see if that comes back to bite him later, but he is going to be, in the meantime, at least on the very top floor, trying to clear things out for his teammates. Fabian also going to be droning that middle floor to get some idea where they could push in from. Hopefully he is smartly droned around to be able to entry. Looks like he might actually go for either the sewers or repel. Looking like sewers so far to come around through with Pangu for a push onto servers.
Meantime, Kanto Raketti trying to scan anything else. He won't find anything just yet. Dives down into the skylight stairwell. Here they have Goga on the Thermite, so you use him to open things up here in the stairwell if need be. Kanto Raketti moving in very slowly, as there is obviously the option of just keeping the hatch reinforced, which works very well. You don't really have to worry about any late game roam from your opponents. Opening up this very first hatch plus the sidewall will be the strategy that G2 will employ in this time. We'll also have the Zofia in the back, using Fabian on the glass in the server room to look all the way down, try to deal the Mira and potentially the Pulse in Vault.
I love that Eunice is playing against the same role that he usually plays on those stairs against Young. So let's see if Young can outsmart the man who usually makes these stairs his domain. He is going to use a lot of those lifelines to put pressure on, if nothing else, distract. But BC with the C4 well-timed on Goga.
No, Goga here just falling down to BC. Fabian in on the glass. The glass has to go for the plant. Unfortunately for G2, gas canister thrown in, but Fabian should be able to get it done. No, the diffuser will get dropped. Necrox finishes off Fabian. In the meantime, the Zofia of Jonas is upstairs. Miscommunication by G2. Still need to watch the entryway. G2 and Jonas on the hallway watch. He spots the Mira peeking in as Kanto Raketti will finish one off. 12 seconds left. Jonas coming off the ADS is worried about opponents pushing him from outside of the open area. Gets shot from the side. Young with a pre-fire. Kanto Raketti holding the back. He'll find the angle on BC, but advantage on G2. Kanto Raketti with one more. Diffusers on the floor. And now all they have to do is hold on. Pengu gets the spot. But the Claymore is available. Kanto Raketti going in for the quick peeks to the ACOG as Pengu pre-firing away. The Ella has the advantage in close quarters fights. But the AR-33 does not have enough ammo to deal with it. Pengu will win it! Kanto Raketti with the second. G2 will take the first round on the attack. They claw things back yet again. Devastating here for Evil Geniuses.
If you're going to leave two people alive in your EG, you better not make it those two. Pangu and Kanto are just monsters by themselves. Put those two together and whew, it is unfortunate for EG in what looked like a great stop of that plant. They stopped the Thermite first, killed Fabian right after with the smoke. They took out two people trying to set the little briefcase down and still were unable to win that match. Tactical pause coming out from EG as they wonder what they can do to stop the bleeding here.
Important part is that once that push was happening and the advantage was in the way that of EG, Jonas in that position was still holding the angle from the open area office. Once that is secured, then the plant can possibly come down, and they had Kanto Raketti in the back holding the angle whilst Pengu went for the plant. The instant that was done, because in the meantime EG were rotating around trying to find kills on their opponents, They're able to set it in and then hold the stairs and hold on to the sewer entrance. Again, all up to Kanto Raketti there as he finds kill after kill after kill. And BC just juggling in the back, going for quick peeks. Kanto punishing NVK and the subsequent squad as they went in. And that was a beautiful bit of pre-fire from Young to shut down Jonas. The round, Kanto Raketti maneuvering in to hold on. But that was round number 6. Advantage 4-2 in hands of G2. So now head into round 7. Again, EG on the defense, and they'll go yet again to the basement. It worked out perfectly for them in the round. There were 10 seconds left, and unfortunately, that's apparently all that G2 needed.
Yeah. I think it's important to note as well that if you look at the score lines from these two teams, while this was EG's map pick, G2 have been more dominant on a 6-1 and a 6-2 for them in their matches on Bank, whereas EG pulled off 6-4s both times. So it is one that they have struggled to come out on top, where they end up in situations where they almost go to overtime. So they're going to have to come back. They did at least have that tactical timeout to really rethink what they're doing wrong here. But in this case, I think it's just not killing Kanto is what they're doing wrong.
And unfortunately, when you have 2 star players like Jonas and Kanto on the team, Jonas at least, he got taken out at the end, but the amount of time that he wasted for EG on that retake just put so much of their effort into the hold on open area.
It was smart that he didn't over-push it as well, because he could have easily gotten into a gunfight on the stairs that he might have lost.
Those 5 seconds that he wasted in the back just holding in and waiting until the Ela pushed him might have just been the thing that won the whole round for G2. Every single second matters when you're playing at the highest level, professional Rainbow Six.
Well, absolutely, because you saw how they had to push on Kanto. The Pulse had to push him at the very end, and that is due to time, because that defuse was planted.
Now G2 coming in, realizing that all the hatches have been pre-opened by EG, so those can be used up. Pengu going for the IQ. He's bringing breaching charges in. We've seen him on the Habana in this position yesterday in their very first match of the day, the only one against Team Secret. Now he'll come in again with the IQ continuing to drone. And they'll have a cross angle, using the IQ to shut down rotations from the hallway instead of focusing much more on the hatch upstairs. That is the big change that G2 were doing compared to having just Eunice holding the hatches and then being open and exposed to potential back push from EG.
The fact that Kanto got the spot to track onto Pulse is really making a huge difference here, because you see both Eunice and Kanto safer, or I'm sorry, and Pengu safer in their approach because they know that Pulse is
きのダンスさあオレンで決闘症持ち寄って反響弁沈んだ衝動腹ばい現状越見石鹸も師匠どれよえ腹めあばらら身体系斜めな現状ブリキと宗教ラルラリ唱えろせまずからって進行とくぐもったのけと旗折れ説法シャカシャカ前後六感と感人の情どれどれ震え酒積んで身体系欺瞞の延長詭弁のレッド毒なく叶えろ不気味な手ここにあり理性の眠さになき厳し返せと欲に忍ぶ君の瞳を神の前の空洞でサンスクリット弓道系えぐり抜いたことは探せ探せさあ表現なそばを陛下の操作戦闘にまで濡れた空がカッとならせ暴く戦闘メッセージ重度によって鮮明に優劣などない様まで踊れ盲目戦闘9番目が竜をなぐパッパララルラリブリキのダン けの特権特権特権特権特権です。楽しそうに話したり腕組んだりその類絶対絶対絶対絶対絶対特権主張します。その日ないくせにあの人優しい言葉をかけてくるからあなたたちも嬉しくなって勘違いをしただけなのバカね。私だけの特権特権特権特権特権です。超えたらダメ一線一線一線一線人が一線私だけの特権特権特権特権特権です。個人的感情で近づくの恋許しません。誰も気づかない変化を毎回気づいてくれたからってあなたたちは特別じゃない。私の方が100倍気づかれてるもん。欠かさないわ絶対絶対絶対絶対絶対にどんどん届くの挑戦挑戦挑戦挑戦挑戦受けて立つは先生先生先生先生すごくあの人の隙間なく私だけ絶対絶対絶対絶対絶対権限発動中。でも時々不安になる。優しすぎるそれも事実。独り占めは叶わないの。気が気じゃないのよいつもねだり私だけの特権特権特権特権特権です。超えたらダメ一線一線一線一線境界線私だけの特権特権特権特権特権です。個人的感情で近づくの永遠永遠永遠永遠恋許しません。絶対絶対絶対絶対に絶対絶対私ここに絶対特権主張します。私だけの